I'd like to tell you about Bernice Blake here. She's the first commercial licensed pilot in the state of New Hampshire. And she is the daughter of the Blake's Creamery, or Blake's Restaurants in the city of Manchester here. These pictures here, if you see any old-time pictures like that, the city of Manchester hired Bernice to take these pictures. So this is here our actual license right here. This is Carl Parks. He's the one that showed Alan Shepard how to fly an airplane. Alan Shepard worked in the original terminal and hangar for Carl Parks. He would either sweep the hangar out or help balance the plane off or do anything in there, and this is where Alan Shepard started to learn how to fly. And Carl Parks taught him how to do that. This is a Jenny, and this is a Canadian Jenny. This was built in Canada. There was a place in the United States that built them also. We have the Jenny hanging in the tower up here, which is a model airplane, which the New Hampshire Flying Tigers built, which is a model airplane club, and that I am a member of. So now it's hanging up there in the tower. This here is a Waco.
A what?
You call it a Waco. It's like taco. It's pronounced the same way, taco, Waco. And I made the mistake in telling you that Bob Fogg flew this airplane. He did not. He flew the Waco. He's he landed at Manchester Airport here. It was called Miss New Hampshire. This is what the airport looked like during World War II. Here we have B-17s all lined up on through here, and generally they parked the P-51 Mustangs. We have a picture of them over here. This is a B-25 and a crew that they all posed for a picture for this. This here is Mr. Grenier, who was a fighter pilot in the European theater of war. After the war, he was hired by the United States government to find a route through the mountains out west for mail delivery. And unfortunately, he was flying through the mountains, and it was a cloudy day. He couldn't see where he was going. Well, one of the things that fighter pilots do when they're in trouble is climb out. And this is what he did. And he flew up, and he got out of the clouds. You could see where he was, but he couldn't see land, and ultimately ran out of fuel and crashed. And the thing of it was, he crashed about 500 feet off of a road. They found him shortly after. So that was it. This is actually what the place looked like in 1959. This is all these little brown spots you see here and up here. Those were where barracks were. This part here was where the Negro population lived. They were segregated then. So then over in here they have the other barracks, which we were in. Here we have a lot of barracks through here. This one is Northeast Airlines. It was started by the Boston and Maine Railroad to keep up with the competition of passenger service. This is Thaddeus Lowe. He gave hot air balloon rides during the beginning of the airport here. And then we have Wiley App, who's a World War I flying SPADs and DH-4s on reconnaissance missions from England over France and Germany. And then we have Xantoff Granville, which is him. He was the Granville brothers. They built the GB Racer. And unfortunately, with the last airplane they built, he was making a delivery and crashed before he ever got to make the delivery. We have Cameron Ornoferio, which is, he's right here. He landed on top of Mount Washington 43 times in heavy winds. And of course, he had to be assisted. As he landed the plane, there had to be people outside to anchor the plane down, because the plane was actually still flying when he landed. Although he landed, the wings were still capable of flying with 50, 60 mile an hour winds. And then around the corner here we have Christa McAuliffe, who's a school teacher up in Concord, who was chosen to go aboard the space shuttle, the Challenger, that exploded just 75 seconds after takeoff. My daughter-in-law had her for a teacher, and It was a sad day, that's for sure. Yep, yep. Otherwise, we get around the corner, we get the new layout of the airport. We have a new tower, which is over on the other side over here. It's located in this position on the map. This is one of the few bridges that are around in the airports that carry the airplanes over the road. And this the new terminal, was built in 1994. They've since added on already out this way. This is the new parking garage, which is, if you can see, there's all chain link fence all over it. That's to keep the pigeons out. Yeah. This is an extension to the runway, runway 6. We're going to be taking off going east. They've extended this runway, and if any of you know the area, South Willow Street goes around the end of that runway now. And of course, they also extended runway 35. It goes further back. It's a 9,700 foot runway, I believe. And of course, here we have the museum itself located at this position here.
I'm here at the Boston-Manchester Airport where we were visiting the Aviation Museum of New Hampshire. We had a great time. We had the curators here follow us through to a tour, and of course it's a beautiful day, and behind us right now is the airport itself, one of the runways. I'm Larry Seaman for Around Town. We will see you around town.